Hi everyone, today's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everyone. I am having a wonderful Mother's Day, probably the best way that I can imagine celebrating, and that is we are here together, working together, laughing and having fun in our house in Cape May.
Yeah, so as we've done the last couple of weeks, we've thought it's been fun to put a little video together every weekend of what we've accomplished, just as a little bit of a log for ourselves and everyone else of like what we've accomplished in a weekend. So we've taken clips throughout the weekend and put them together, so take a watch. So it's Saturday morning, which means it's time to start working here in the Cape May house. My mom and I have been down here most of the week, so we have made a little bit of progress, so I wanted to quick walk around and show you what we've done during the week, because a lot of what we're doing this weekend is adding to the stuff that we made progress on this week. So the first big thing that we made progress on this week is adding more tile to this bathroom. Last weekend we made progress on putting the tile just in the shower pan here. So this week we managed to get the entire floor done. We put this whole pattern all over the entire floor and it's now all dry. So my biggest push for this weekend is going to be to start putting most of the tile up on this wall. We're going for just these like big 6-inch tiles here. We did them in our other bathroom and really liked them, so we think they'll be like a good contrast with this floor pattern. So this will stand out and the walls will be just like a simple white square tile. One challenge is definitely going to be we have this cubby here, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we're up to it. So the other big push this week was putting lighting in the big side here. So last weekend we put a big push on the insulation, which has then allowed us to like start putting lighting, and then we'll in the end end up putting, drywall up here. So there's 9 lights that are going here along with a fan, and then there's going to be an additional skylight on this side. So we think that's going to really help this area to make it super light and bright. And then the other big push is we are putting this loft in here. So since it's going from a storage space to a space where people are more going to be, we're putting additional beams in the floor to make sure it's really solid up there. And then as you can see, there's also been additional lighting put up there, which makes it feel way less kind of dreary up there. So we've made it to Sunday at noon, which is cleanup time. So here's a little bit of a recap of what we have made progress on this weekend. Here's the progress we made in the bathroom this weekend. So as you can see, we've covered up that fun floor tile to try to keep it clean. We had trouble in our last bathroom with getting thin set all over the floor, so we're trying to learn from our first bathroom experience. So as you can see here, like we've made it all the way up this wall with the 6-inch tile. So that's going to be the exact same thing on this wall to the left, and then also this wall to the right. And then it's going to wrap all the way around. The toilet will be here, and then the sink will be here, and then it will come around kind of this edge of the wall. So there'll be kind of a splash zone here for anything in the bathroom. So we make sure to keep our walls nice and clean. So we think it's coming out pretty well. It will be nice once it gets all white grouted, and we're happy with, we've continued the floor pattern up into the cubby just a little bit with some of the flowers, which will be a fun little accent. And then shampoos and things will sit on this little shelf here. So definitely some progress in the bathroom this weekend.
going to be our spiral staircase access up to the loft, but we have temporarily built this little ladder here so that we can climb up and down until this spiral staircase arrives and we can put it in. So welcome to our loft. I think it's finally starting to look like a place where kids might enjoy sleeping or hanging out when they come to the beach. So I want to tell you a little bit about the idea and what we have built so far. So as Louise has already alluded to, one of the challenges was that we needed to increase the number of joists in the floor so that we would have enough support for people to be up here. So one of the projects this weekend was we doubled them and put another one in between the ones that were already here to hold enough weight up here. The lights are in. We have 6 lights. They will be recessed lights once we put the drywall up. And then you can see we have a header over here for one wall that is going to be the edge of the loft living space there. And we have another header over here for the other part. As Louisa pans on over further, you can see that there are lots of wires coming up. That's directly over top of the electrical box in the kitchen. This pipe right here was the vent for our dryer. We're going to vent down through the crawl space, so that will go away. But we do have the vent for our sewer pipe that's going to have to stay. So the loft extends around this corner here. There will be a rail, of course, to protect anybody up here from falling. But I think this little area in here might be a fun place for a kid to sit and read, let's say, but still be able to look down at everybody. One of the other things we thought was important was to have some place to store things. So we have built this in. This will be a little door. And then this will be some storage space in here, unfinished, but maybe some plywood sitting on the top where we could keep like some out of season things. You can see we have some extra insulation in there. We were scarred by how cold it was this winter.
So I think sitting up here gives us a little bit of perspective of what our loft is going to feel like. So actually, it's pretty cozy up here. So here's the downward view. Dad, what did you get up to this weekend?
Well, I spent most of my time in the attic, up there where you are, putting in insulation up on the roof and also on the floor. And it seems that my area of responsibilities for this project are the crawl space, the attic, and garbage management.
Thanks everyone for watching.
We're not exactly sure what we're up to next weekend, but we're looking forward to making some more progress.
See you next time.